Let's solve the differential equation y times y double prime plus y equals y prime squared. Let's make a substitution. Let v equal y prime. So that takes care of this one, but we need y double prime. So let's look at y double prime. In order to look at y double prime, we have to see that the v depends on y, which depends on x. So we'll say like v depends on y of x. So if you take the derivative of y prime, you're taking the derivative of v, but the chain rule says take the derivative of y of x. So that's y prime, which I can rewrite this and say that y prime is just v because of this substitution. So now I can plug it back into the equation. I have y times y double prime, which is v prime v plus y, and then y prime squared is just v squared. The next step, I'm going to switch the y and the v squared. So I get y v prime v minus v squared is equal to negative y. And at this point, I'm going to multiply both sides by 2 over y. Because the idea is, let's get rid of the y here. So we get rid of the two y's basically. And then we can simplify this further. By making a substitution. So we're going to let u equal v squared now. So u prime, so again, u depends on v, which depends on y. So we have to use a chain rule. The derivative of v squared is 2v times v prime, which we said v prime, never mind. So we have 2v v prime, and then we can go back over here to this equation. So we have 2, and then we have v prime v. 2v prime v is just u prime. So just highlight this. So this thing right here is this right here. That's u prime minus, and then we have 2 over y times v squared, which v squared is equal to u over here. Now at this point, we can multiply both sides by e to the negative integral 2 over y dy, because that's just going to be e to the negative 2 ln of y, which is 1 over y squared. Basically, we're going to multiply everything by 1 over y squared, both sides. So we have 1 over y squared u prime minus 2 over y cubed u minus 2 over y squared. And then we can notice here that this is just u over y squared prime, right? Because this is just a product rule of u over y squared. Or if you think of it, I guess that would be the chain rule. So it's like u times 1 over y squared. And then that's equal to negative 2 over y squared. So then you integrate both sides. That cancels. We have u over y squared equals, and then take the antiderivative, negative 2 over y squared is 2 over y plus, we'll say, constant 1. And now we can solve for u by multiplying both sides by y squared. We have u is equal to 2y plus c1 times y. And now we work backwards. So we said u was v squared. So if you look at this one right here, u is equal to v squared. So substitute that in. So v squared is equal to 2y plus c1y. So then you take the square root of both sides and make sure to do plus or minus. And then we go to what v was. V was y prime. So we'll substitute that in. So y prime is equal to plus or minus square root of 2y plus c1y. And at this point, we have to get rid of the y prime by taking, well, first before we take care of the y prime, we can break this up further. And forgot a y squared here actually, so let's put a square there. We'll break this up further by pulling out a y, or a y. So basically we'll factor out a y here. Like this, and then we'll divide both sides by the square root of y times 2 plus c1y. And then we can integrate this. And basically, I'm going to skip all the steps here, but this is going to equal 2 inverse sinh of square root c1y over 2 over square root c1, and then the antiderivative of 1 is x, so it's plus or minus x plus another constant. So the goal is to solve for y, and basically what you have to do is just move the square root c1, divide by 2, apply the sinh to both sides, square it. So I guess we'll go over those details. Okay, so the first step will be to multiply by the square root c1. And then divide by 2. Then we apply the sinh to both sides. So we have square root c1y over 2. And then to get rid of the square root, we have to square both sides. We have c1y over 2 is equal to sinh squared. And then we'll multiply both sides by 2 over c1. To get y is equal to 2 over c1 sinh squared plus or minus square root c1x plus square root c1 times c2 over 2. And that is my answer.